So my story about Rob. We back at Varsity in Bloemfontein. We organised this great party. We're going to go and watch some rugby with all the mates at Picalo. Organise everybody. Phone him, SMS the time. He's stoked, he's happy, he knows what time. So we get all the guys ready, go and pick everybody house to house. Go to Rob last, get to his house, hoot, try SMS, and he's not there. We give him a call. Hey Rob, where are you? His response was, I'm just fishing, I'll be back in 15 minutes. Oh, but I still need to shower before we go. That's just Rob.
Rob decided to take me on my very first mountain bike ride. We went up to the downhill track up the road, and he promised not to take me down any ramps or drop-offs or anything dangerous, and all was going well, we're having fun. And next minute Rob stops and says, no, go ahead, I need to fix something on my bike. I end up ramping off a 2-meter high ramp straight into a tree and went straight over my handlebars, landed in the dirt, only to look up to find Rob hosing himself at me. He knew the drop-off was coming and just thought it would be funny to see his sister come pip.
I'll tell you a story. We were shopping one day at the mall, and we were at a shop called Hang Ten. And Robert had gone into the change room to try on a pair of pants. When he came out, his phone had disappeared. Unbeknown to him, he had left it in between the clothing and had gone to try on the pair of pants. 2 young gentlemen walked past and took his phone. When Robert came out, his phone had disappeared. So he phoned his phone number to find out that these 2 young fellows were at Woolworths. So he said, hey bro, do you know you picked up my phone? And they said, yes. They said, well, can you have it back? And they said, okay, we'll meet you outside Woolworths. I get to Robert, and there he's shaking hands and high-fiving and everything to these 2 young chaps. And I said, did you get your phone? And on the way out, he said, you know those chaps, they were just teaching me a lesson on not to leave my phone lying around. They would have given it back.
The one story that I have that really shows Rob's true character is when he was still studying in Bloemfontein. So I think he was his 2nd year med student, and we were coming back from a fishing trip, catching barbel, and we were driving back along the road and we saw an accident, and it was quite a bad accident. The car had flipped and people had been thrown out of the car. So the car was there, damaged, with a whole lot of bodies lying around the car. So Rob, being a doctor or being a med student, we stopped and we went and helped them out. The paramedics came along, and basically by the end of it, Rob was running around checking that everyone was okay, and actually giving the paramedics advice. That is very typical Rob. He won't do what he's told and just takes charge. So that for me really shows that, you know, the true nature of Rob, the true character of Rob, is that he is incredibly caring, and I think being a doctor, or as his profession, really does show that. And one of the most ironic things of the day, I've actually got photos, is that he's wearing his Superman shirt, and that really for me says how I feel about my brother. Caring,
Loscope,
Forgetful,
Too trusting,
compassionate,
family orientated,
determined,
Vain,
tenacious,
not streetwise,
Excitable,
confident,
naive,
ambitious,
loving.
Let's see, when I think of Rob, what do I think of? Probably myself. High achiever, handsome, intelligent. Actually, to be quite honest, the one and only thing we do share in common is a birthday. Robert is a high achiever. He does everything at well over 200%. I recall once Robert taking Sam to gym, And the next day, Sam had to go to the doctor's and be booked off. She was so stiff, actually not stiff, worse than stiff. And let's not even go to fishing or spearfishing, because man, the size of the ones that got away are unbelievable. They wouldn't even fit on the boat. But no, to be quite honest, if a father had to sit down and say, what attributes would the perfect son have? Robert, you exceed those by well over 200% in every single area. I am very proud of you and your achievements. And today's achievement in taking Lee as your wife, I think is probably the highest score you've ever achieved. To both of you, all the best for your future and to a happy and wonderful marriage.